Hi, this is Willie from Fungi Ally. We just completed a SARE grant growing mushrooms outdoors on vegetable farms. We grew mushrooms on 3 different farms and tracked data on sales, price per pound, and yield. Now, if this is a process you're thinking about doing, those are going to be really important factors to determine your profitability. In this video, I really want to unpack the process of being profitable while growing mushrooms outside or adding it onto an existing vegetable farm. The 2 key things that impact profitability are costs and revenue. So we'll look at both sides of the equation. First off, costs associated with growing mushrooms outdoors. You have your infrastructure and your goods. The infrastructure is pretty basic. Most farms have the necessary things to get started and don't need a big investment into infrastructure. For goods, the biggest thing is buying ready-to-fruit blocks in. The cost of buying the blocks in can be expensive. 5-pound blocks are typically $6 or $7 each, and 10-pound blocks are usually around $10 each. And then you have to add the price of shipping in. Shipping usually comes out to anywhere from $3 to $5 to $7 for each block, depending on the quantity that you get. Obviously, you can get more at the same time and save on your shipping cost. In total, our general cost of goods is somewhere around $15, $17 per block. On the other side of the equation, we have revenue. And revenue is going to be impacted by 2 major factors: yield and price per pound the mushrooms are sold at. Now, price per pound was pretty similar between the 3 different farms. It averaged between $13 and $18 per pound. Mostly the farms sold in pints or quarts from their farm stores, but sometimes they sold to restaurants or wholesale. Yield had a lot more variability. There was anywhere from 1.2 to 3 pounds of mushrooms harvested per block. And this is the difference between being profitable and not being profitable. You know, a block that's producing 1.2 pounds at $15 a pound is going to make $15 or $20, compared to a block that produces 3 pounds is going to make more like $45 or $50. So when we compare those 2 things, our costs are somewhere around $15, $20, and our revenue is going to be somewhere on average around $30. So the potential is to make about $10 per block through selling the mushrooms. Between the 3 species, shiitake, oyster, and lion's mane, shiitake had the greatest variance of yield, so it was the hardest to stay predictable. Oyster was the most abundant. That was the one that fruited, especially in the fall, about 3 pounds per block. And then lion's mane was pretty consistently 2.5 pounds per block. So if you think about which mushroom you want to fruit and which mushroom can be sold easily in your markets and maybe at the highest price, again, lion's mane was sold for more than shiitakes or oysters. This can give you some guidance of what you want to grow. I hope this video has inspired you to look into growing mushrooms and adding them onto your farm. And if you want to learn more about the process of growing and the setup that you need, check out our other videos or visit our website fungially.com.